Hello, welcome to northern Portugal, located in the district of Villarreal is Montalagre, the iconic rallycross circuit, and a circuit that plays host to round 5 and 6 of this inaugural Titans Rallycross Championship. Well, the championship visited France first off, and then we hit the shores of the UK for rounds 3 and 4. But now here we are in Portugal in the August summer weather that has disappointed some across the continent over the last week or so, but not the 15 competitors that have arrived here this weekend for this championship. The cars all equal, the Pantera RX 6 machine, the chosen vehicle for these 15 drivers to compete in. A Ford Mustang EcoBoost 4-cylinder front-wheel drive engine producing about 530 brake horsepower, 750 newton-meters of torque. You have 3 heats, a semi-final each, 1 and 2, and then of course the final. Going into the heats, Thomas Heikkinen was the one that was on fire early on. He was ahead of Craig Breen and Kevin Hansen in qualifying heat 1. In qualifying heat 2, it was Kevin Hansen ahead of Thomas Heikkinen and Craig Breen. Here is qualifying heat 2. Fastest into qualifying was Heikkinen, but he'd be beaten to the checkered flag by Kevin Hansen in Q2. In qualifying heat 3, well, you guessed it, Thomas Heikkinen back to the top of the timesheets, ahead of Kevin Hansen and Timmy Hansen. Well, as you can see, this Montalagre circuit, about 60% tarmac, 40% dirt, 1.52 kilometers long with 9 turns. Plenty of bumping and boring, as in Q3, only 1 car would finish. And that 1 car was Remy Sample. Ollie Webb was running at 1 point, but he eventually ground to a halt. Remy Sample, the only car that finished Q3, meaning he progresses to the semi-finals with the final qualifying berth, 12th place out of 15. We lose 3 drivers going into the semi-finals from the heat section. Those 3 drivers, Tamara Molinaro, Tom Coronel, and the Brit, former Grand Prix star, Perry McCarthy. And as some of you may know him, the Stig, the original Stig from the iconic TV series Top Gear. Well, Perry McCarthy, one of many big names littering this entry list here in Portugal. Others include WRC star Craig Breen. Other rally stars are Mindo Arajau.
For the man alongside me here for commentary on the semis and the finals, Perry McCarthy. Perry, lovely to have you up here in the box, and well, very sad you're not out there on track though.
Yeah, but actually my team has just passed the stage, giving me the thumbs up. They've found the issue.
Right. Well, you can hear the commentary team on site there.
The great thing about Titans RX Rallycross weekend is a weekend. So we've got tomorrow.
Perry McCarthy,
goodness gracious, I enjoyed
not competing in the semi-finals, but providing some of the commentary.
At the start of these races, non-stop action.
Yeah, it really is non-stop action, as you say there, Perry. Let's have a look, shall we, at the championship standings as things are here in Titans RX. Lots of great racing action. After round 4. We had, of course, 2 weeks ago. It's Kevin Hansen who leads the overall points standings. Tommy Hakenin there in second position as well. He is on 88 points, so just 1 point adrift after the 4 rounds of the Tyson Series there. And then we've got Timmy Hansen in third position, Ronnie Searock, Jerome Grosjean also in and amongst the mix there. Lots of great racing action we've seen over the course here at Titans, Perry, as well. From your point of view, what's been the most sort of exciting part of being part of Rallycross and racing again?
There's a bunch of components to this. Is that I've really been enjoying the circuits and, you know, coming onto the tarmac, coming onto the undulations and the overtakes. But this championship has got fantastic cars, really powerful cars, and a fantastic field of drivers. And the overall atmosphere is highly competitive, but it's also very friendly. Everybody's having fun, and it really shows in the racing.
Yeah, really does. Everybody here has got a huge smile on their faces over the course of this weekend. Lots of great racing as we've seen. And what's been your particular highlight here this weekend at Montalagre? I don't think obviously you haven't gone your way so far today, but what have you enjoyed the most?
Well, I think for me is the, you know, having been out in sport for 15 years and coming in and just knowing that every single lap I do, I'm getting faster and faster and closing the gap massively now to the very top guys. So that's really my job, and if I can continue to do that, then I've got a smile on my face. I'm trying to balance this out because, you know, I don't want to be in the doldrums when things, you know, today's been a bad day, as you know. Yeah,
absolutely right, as you say that, Perry. Let's have a look, shall we, and see how the grid lines up, or the semi-final split is rather, and see who's in semi-final 1, semi-final 2 here this afternoon. So Tommy Hakenin, Armindo Araujo, and then Timmy Hansen, Andy Jordan, Jerome Grosjean, and Oliver Webb are in semi-final 1 here this afternoon. Then it's Kevin Hansen who will start on pole position for semi-2. Craig Green, Shushu, Ivan Anayes, Ronnie Searock, and then Riney Sample are competing in that second semi-final here. Of course, the top 6 drivers from, well, the top 3 drivers from each semi-final will go through into the final here at Montalagre. So here is how the grid lines up ahead of semi-final 1, just to guide you through who is on each particular row. So you can see that it's Tommy Hakenin who starts on pole position. Alongside him is the local Portuguese driver Armindo Araujo. Row 2, Timmy Hansen and Andrew Jordan. Work to do for those guys, they'll need a good start. And Jerome Grosjean in on row 3, just ahead of Oliver Webb. So this is going to be hugely exciting, Perry.
And their hearts are going to be beating soon, because the process is a marshal will walk across with the thumbs up just to make sure all the drivers are saying thumbs up back. Then you'll wait for the ready to race flag. You'll go on a preset on whatever you're guessing are going to be the right revs. Put your foot to the floor, hold the clutch in, hold the handbrake back, get ready for the ready to race sign to come on, and then when that goes off, here's the first bit. They'll be flicking into first gear now, focusing now up at top of the gantry.
Well, as the cars get underway for this first semi-final, you can see the car left on the grid was Araujo, and that car now left behind. And as the rest of the cars battle off, poor old Armindo Araujo on his debut left on the grid, and it is car 57, Thomas Haikenin, who leads. And in second place, Timmy Hansen. So the semi-finals, 6 laps across this Montalagre circuit. Thomas Haikenin, it is, who continues to lead on the opening affair. And you can see Timmy Hansen just behind. And then it is Jerome Grosjean. And, well, straight away, making a move there, Jerome Grosjean. And we're picking up Andrew Jordan, the young British star. Done a bit of rallycross driving, but mainly competing in the British Touring Car Championships. Andrew Jordan now in 4th place, almost 3 seconds off the lead. Ollie Webb in 4th. And it is still Armindo Araujo who, well, struggling to keep up just because of that stall early on. So it is lap 3 now of 6. Thomas Haikenin fastest in qualifying and doing a very, very good job in the heats, winning 2 of the heats. Now in control out front in this first semi-final. And can Timmy Hansen do anything about Thomas Heikkinen? The Swedish star Timmy Hansen now just dropping off the back of the Finnish star. Heikkinen across the line to complete lap 3, on to lap 4 now, 2 laps to go. And Heikkinen looking very, very good out front. If anything now, Timmy Hansen just dropping back, the gap 1.2, but you can see that. And then Andrew Jordan 5 seconds behind in 3rd place. Heikkinen looking very good now to win this first semi-final. Timmy Hansen very late on the brakes down into turn 1, through the tarmac exchange, across the curves, through the S's, and then down to where we hit the loose surface. The dirt offering plenty of grip actually here in Portugal this weekend. Andrew Jordan ahead of his countryman Ollie Webb. Ollie Webb, the world endurance driver from the world of Le Mans, in 4th place at the moment. But it is Thomas Heikkinen who crosses the line ahead of Timmy Hansen. And now we look at the battle. Andrew Jordan in 3rd place. On to the last lap here in the first semi-final. Ollie Webb fighting with Jerome Grosso-Janin. There is Ollie Webb in the green machine ahead of Jerome Grosso-Janin. Very second-hand looking Pantera RX-6 machine there in the hands of Grosso-Janin, and further back Adajau very, very sideways, but Heikkinen wins ahead of Hansen. And it is going to be Andrew Jordan that goes through. Only the top 3 go through. So Jordan makes it through. Ollie Webb finishes best of the rest in 4th. And then it's Jerome Grosso-Janin in 4th ahead of the luckless Armindo Adajau. All eyes on that car, Thomas Heikkinen.
Himself, but you saw how much Armindo, sorry, I've pronounced his name incorrectly, but you saw how much he closed that gap. So it was a crying shame for him about the mistakes at the start.
Yeah, absolutely right. Well, let's have a look at some highlights then from semi-final 1 here at Montalagre, shall we? For round 5 of Titans RX. So you've got the best start going down towards the first one. Arujo just went absolutely nowhere off the start there, stalled the car. Everyone managed to take avoiding action, more by luck than judgment, I should imagine there. Look at that. Here was Grosso-Janin. He was going to try to go the long way around the outside of Heikkinen. Then we saw Hansen interconnecting with Andy Jordan at the first corner as well. And this is where it got very interesting, because this is where Heikkinen and Hansen were just able to streak clear of the rest of the field.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't slow each other up by fighting too much anymore after that. So, you know, they were, whether it by luck or judgment, they just played the long game there.
Grosso-Janin there having an off-track excursion over the course of that one as well. Not for the first time this weekend, and sadly he doesn't progress through to the finals for round 5 of Titans RX. He did, however, try to find his way past on the fence. Look how much more pace he seemed to have than Ollie Webb. He just looked a little bit more comfortable in the car once he got himself sorted out. Yeah,
no, as I say, he's really adapted well, but this entire field of drivers are, you know, very, very talented indeed, and it's great to see everybody out there fighting so hard every single corner of every single lap.
Absolutely right there, Perry. Let's have a look at the results then from semi-final 1 here at Montalagre, and just get confirmation of the drivers who have made their way through to the top 3. Of course, we can't bring those graphics just for the moment here at Montalagre, but I can tell you, of course, the drivers who did make it through. Of course, Tommy Heikkinen, Timmy Hansen, and Andrew Jordan. You can see the cars down here on this pre-grid area at the moment. All the drivers just down there, and hopefully we'll be able to get Rachel to dive in and have a bit of a word with Timmy Hansen or Tommy Heikkinen or one of the other drivers who is in and amongst the mix. Andy Jordan there looking pretty happy. Rachel, though, is down there with Tommy Heikkinen. Hopefully, as we said, we'll be able to get us to have a chat in just a few moments' time. So let's get out to Rachel, who is Tommy Heikkinen.
Toppy, a lot of the drivers today seem to find this circuit very, very challenging. Somehow you are beating the circuit and doing so well today. What is the secret?
I think it's the curbs. I think it's they are so big ones, and so that might be the key. But now in the semi-final wasn't easy. I saw Timmy on my windscreen all the time, on the windows every time, and I didn't have a gear gut for some reason. So every time I needed to change with the clutch, and at the end the clutch was also a bit boiling. So, but otherwise need to be happy, and next week heading to the final.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much, and I love how much you seem to be enjoying this. I really, really do. You've always got a smile on your face. So, Tommy, thank you.
Thank you.
Back to you, Tom and Perry.
Semi-final 2 here at Titan. You can see Craig Breen there. And I tell you what, Craig Breen has done a really good job of adapting from a rally car into a rallycross car, and he's doing very, very well.
He's doing a brilliant job. He is so quick out there, but also his overtakes are really good, you know. And we saw that in the first race at SA as well. Craig was really on it from the get-go. So lots of talent there and bringing it into the world of rallycross.
What about this man here, Shushu, as well? We've seen a lot of pace from Shushu, but not a lot of luck on his side, though.
But he's a really exciting driver to watch, isn't he? I mean, you know, he gets the back out so far he can see his own rear lights.
Yeah, you're not wrong there. There's Ivan Ares, the local Spaniard, based not too far from here at all. I know they're in Portugal, but Spain is literally a stone's throw away from here. Keep an eye on him. I was having a brief conversation with him in my limited Spanish a few moments ago. I've managed to converse that he's having good fun, and it's also quite hot here at Montalagre, but that's about as far as my Spanish goes.
Yeah, well, your Spanish is still better than mine.
Your English is still better than mine, though, Perry. So you can see the cars lined up on the grid here for semi-final 2 at Montalagre. Let's see who lines up where then. Pole position, Kevin Hansen, alongside him, Craig Breen on that first row of the grid. Row 2, Shushu and the Spaniard Ivan Ares making his Titans RX debut this weekend. Ronnie Searock and Riney Sample on that third row of the grid. Start here is going to be crucial.
It is going to be crucial, and look at the talent lined up there. It's absolutely amazing. Kevin Hansen on pole, sorry, Kevin is on pole, isn't he there?
He is, yes.
Yeah. Kevin's leading the World Rallycross.
Well, the grid presented to you in Montalagre, and semi-final 2 about to get underway, and all eyes on that front row. Kevin Hansen from Sweden and Craig Breen from Ireland, and it's a false start from Craig Breen. Surely he's going to be penalised. Yep. And we have a delayed start, and you could see the clear jump from the white machine of Craig Breen, fresh from his WRC, his World Rally Car adventures with Hyundai, and into this Pantera RX6 machine for this second semi-final. But now he's going to have a penalty on top of the 6 laps that he'll complete, and he's going to be hard pushed to beat Kevin Hansen, Shushu, Ivan Ares, Ronnie Searock and Reinhold Sample for the rest of this semi-final. What can he do? And Craig Breen, with the red mist down, is going to be someone to watch. So the calm before the storm, and the grid getting the thumbs up for the second attempt at a start here in Montalagre, northern Portugal, for this second semi-final. And they all wait until the lights go green this time around. And it looks a good start from the pole sitter, Kevin Hansen. Don't worry about Craig Breen. He's straight off out to do that penalty lap. So he didn't outbrake himself. He just made sure he got the penalty lap out of the way early on. But it is Kevin Hansen in the yellow machine who leads. And behind him, it's Ivan Ares on his debut in Titans Rallycross. And the number 42 machine, Craig Breen, already onto the back of Reinhold Sample. Sample with a best finish of 8th already this year, just getting unceremoniously dumped out of the way by the Irishman. But no such troubles for the Swede. Kevin Hansen out front, comfortably ahead of Ivan Ares. And Shushu just rather rudely getting up the inside of Ronnie Searock there, and they go side by side again. And the number 90 machine of Ronnie Searock just losing out to Shushu. But they're still going at it. The big curves here at Montalagre proving to be quite a handful. And as you can see, they battle. Craig Breen all the while catches back up to the rear of Shushu's machine. So it is, in fact, Ronnie Searock, who's got back ahead of Shushu. No, Shushu's still ahead. so not for long. Craig Breen now passing Ronnie Searock and setting his sights on the third place car of Shushu. And let's not forget, as the cars get plenty of air onto two wheels, that it's the front three that go through to the final. So Craig Breen must get up ahead of Shushu if he's to qualify for the final. And you have to bet with 3 laps to go, right onto the back of Shushu now comes Craig Breen. He's going to have a good look at turn 1. Shushu goes defensive on the inside. Craig Breen with the neat and tidy line, trying to get the drive on the exit, but still behind the grey Pantera RX machine. The 530 horsepower Ford Mustang engined machine of Shushu. Still ahead of Craig Breen, but Craig Breen starting to use his front bumper as the frustration bubbles underneath that helmet. And all the while, Ronnie Searock is still there. Out front, it's Kevin Hansen. He's cleared off 1.5 seconds ahead of the Spanish star Ivan Ares. And all eyes on this battle for the last qualification place. Craig Breen trying hard to get past Shushu, and there's big contact on the exit. Breen goes through. Both cars suffering a bit of damage, but it's not holding them up as they ramp the curbs. And you think now that Craig Breen, unless he makes a real Horlicks of it, can't throw this third place away. He will even try and cruise up to the back of Ivan Ares. Shushu's left now to fight with Mr. Ronnie Searock. Shushu from Hungary, shown plenty of pace this year, just hasn't come together. 4th in points, Ronnie Searock. The German driver will have been hoping for more coming here into this round 5. We'll go again tomorrow, round 6, of course, double header. Meanwhile, we've got a final to contend. Checker flags out. Kevin Hansen will qualify. So will Ivan Ares. Craig Breen across the line in 3rd. After that jump start and penalty lap, he does make it through to the final in the end. And Shushu, Ronnie Searock, Reinhold Sample not finishing. Reinhold Sample, that is, not finishing. Of course, Shushu and Ronnie Searock did.
He did make a good start. He would have been certainly in contention for the win. But the job's done. He's in the final.
He's done a really good job there, has Craig. He's going to start a little bit further back than he would perhaps like in the final, which is going to compromise him a little bit. But as we know, and as we have seen, anything in rallycross can happen.
Well, we can, but again, the smile is still... Ever since I was invited to join this championship by Max, my smile hasn't faded one single bit, whether it be, you know, tough luck or whatever. And this just shows that there we go, Craig away and making the right decision to take the penalty lap on the opening lap.
Yeah, absolutely right there for Craig Breen. Kevin Hansen getting a great start there. Meanwhile, look at that further back as well between Shushu and Ronnie Searock there. There was Craig Breen. He emerged immediately back past Rennie Sample. He tried to find his way through and did on the opening lap. That was crucial. But if he got stuck behind Rennie Sample for any more than that time, he could have really compromised how he went.
Yeah, I mean, Craig Breen didn't look as if he was in the mood to take any longer, well, not even half a second longer to overtake somebody than he actually took.
No, absolutely not. This is Shushu versus Ronnie Searock. Those two were going absolutely hammer and tong in this race. That was for the final spot on the final at that particular position. However, look at this. How spectacular that you wanted in Titans RX. Craig Breen, meanwhile, found his way past Ronnie Searock. Then his next target was the Hungarian driver of Shushu. And look at the pressure he was putting on. We saw him do a dummy move down in towards turn 1. We saw him try that move. He didn't manage to make a mistake. And on the next lap, he did exactly the same. Learned from his mistakes and found his way through.
You know, when you're looking at this on TV, you think, well, okay, yeah, sure, you turn in there, you put the power down there, you correct the lock there. No, no, no. This is a very different game when you're inside these cars. They're twitching, bucking, weaving, losing grip. You're trying to find it all the time. And then, of course, you've got very distinctive company all the way around you that is trying to do exactly the same.
Yeah, hugely impressive from all of these drivers here in Titans R Race. And look at the great crowd here as well. Just
Kevin, congratulations. You are dominating today, and especially off from a week where you've yourself have said you've not been feeling too well. How have you got the stamina to do this?
I work really hard. That's what I do, and I'm determined to be successful. So no, it was a nice run. I thought I was going to battle hard with Craig, but he did a jump start, so it was a bit lucky me. I could relax a bit, so I saved my energy for the final. So everything is feeling very good.
And you have energy left for the final?
I'm sure I have energy left for tomorrow also.
Really? Oh, fighting talk, I like it. Kevin, well done, and we'll chat to you a bit later, hopefully.
Thank you.
Thank you. Back to you, Tom.
Portuguese crowd here at Montalagre, all looking forward to the final coming up for Titans RX Europe for round 5 of the series. Very, very shortly indeed. We'll be on the way with them in just a few moments' time. We've got the support class final for the car cross series on the way very shortly for you as well. That is going to be hugely exciting here at Titans RX Europe. Lots of great racing action to come, and what great racing action we've had over the course of today as well. Brilliant action from start to finish, really, in all of the qualifying sessions, of course, in all of the...
Well, the support series for the Titans RX International Europe Series, this kart cross, and what a spectacle it is. Ivan Pina Chinchilla it was who led the field down into turn 1, and Rui Nunez, the number 17, it was getting it all crossed up. But look at these cars as they squabble for grip. I say cars, let's say karts, they're buggies really, but it is the number 39 out front, Ivan Pina Chinchilla, who has got the best of the starts ahead of Rui Nunez, who made that brave move, got it all crossed up, down up the inside at turn 1, somehow survived and has emerged in second place, and he crosses the line in second ahead of, just trying to work out who that is in third place. I think it might be Anton Muniz Miraz. It is number 23, the Semo Bravo Sport Machine. And then the number 6 going slowly. Who's that? That's Francisco Ortega, who was at the back of the grid. So that might mean, or might be the reason why they were going slowly. Either way, all eyes on the leader. Ivan Pina Chinchilla aboard the Semog Bravo Sport Machine. Teammates to Anton Munoz Miraz. And still leading ahead of Rui Nunez. And now, as the leader disappears off on the Joker lap, it is a change out front. Nunez has got unceremoniously dumped out of second place, as Anton Munoz Miraz it was who came through there, the number 23 machine.
Yeah. Left-hander, and to the right, you can see them on the circuit, just going through that right-hander. In the meantime, we're going to cut down to Ray Telemetry at the moment, who I believe is one of our drivers, Shushu, from that semi-final.
And that's the Shushu commentary in the background. Rachel in the background. Apologies if you can hear that. Meanwhile, let's keep focused on the kart cross machine. Second and third taking their Joker laps. And that means Ivan Pina Chinchilla it is who still leads, as the cart's in front of him. There he is, the number 39. Take that extended line through turn 1. So this qualifying heat, 5 laps.
Are you looking forward to tomorrow, round 6?
I hope.
And the buggy's kind of dealing with the dirt of this Montalagre circuit, slightly more suited to the surface than the Pantera machines that we see in the main class. They make a great noise as well. It's not a swarm of bees going around this circuit, I can assure you that. It's these kart cross buggies. Plenty of power, all rear-wheel drive, and sideways pretty much all the way around this circuit. Well, Ivan Pina Chinchilla is, that's fair to say. So it is Ivan Pina Chinchilla ahead of Anton Munoz Miras, and then Rui Nunez, who was in second place, now down to third. This is a battle further back. Nuno Godinho, the 42, and Jose Carlos Pinheiro, the 14. The number 6 machine of Francisco Ortega, that was the machine we saw earlier. Started at the back of the grid, does have damage to the right rear suspension. That's one of the reasons why it was going slowly. Nuno Godinho leading this battle. Francesco Ortega it is, ahead of the 42 of Godinho. Jose Carlos Pinheiro, perfectly poised further back to pick up the pieces, but the checkered flag out, and that means Ivan Pina Chinchilla it is, who has won this second qualifying heat ahead of Anton Munoz Miras. Rui Nunez it was who came home in third as we were watching the battle further back. Not quite sure what we're watching now. Well, the crowd have packed in here. Montalagre.
As well for this Titans RX event here in Portugal. You can see the drivers and the cars down on the pre-grid then ahead of the semi-final, the final rather I should say, here for round 5 of Titans RX Europe in Montalagre. Andy Jordan there just on the left of your picture. Kevin Hansen, of course, Victor, who we heard from, the victor of semi-final 2. In the meantime, let's go down to Kevin's brother, Timmy, who was down with Rachel.
Yeah, thank you very much, Tom. Timmy, how are you finding today? Because I know a bit earlier on you found it quite difficult to find the pace that you wanted. How are you feeling now coming into this?
Yeah, no, I think the pace has been there all the time, but you know, rallycross is much more than driving fast. You have to get the start. The first corner is, you know, diving in there, and everybody wants to get out first, and you have to make the right calls. Sometimes you're gonna do it, and sometimes not. So the semi-final went much better. I played it really safe in turn 1, slotted in behind Toppy, and came out second, had a good run. So it was all I needed, and now I'm starting third. This is where the championship points get handed out. This is where the time to really push now.
If people don't realise, it is so unpredictable, isn't it, rallycross?
It is. It's extremely hard to predict what's happening, and especially here, the Pantera is hard to drive. You have to drive flat out all the time. You can't relax because then you'll do mistakes. So it's a hard car to drive, but it's fast, and that makes you it makes mistakes, you know. Yeah. So you have to be on top of things all the time, and it's hard, and the guys are pushing around you. So you know, but that's rallycross. That's what we're doing, and that's what I love to do. Yeah. So the final is the best thing. So that's what we have ahead now.
Yeah, that smile says it all, and I'm excited for you. Thank you, Timmy, and back to you, Tom.
Thank you very much indeed. There, Victor from SA of round 2 of the series. You can see the Carlcross guys there we saw out on track a few moments ago. Lots of drama at the first corner there. That was New Year's, who got into the back of another driver in front of him. You can see the number 39 though of Ivan Pina Chinchilla, who was leading the way very demandingly over the course of this race. Impressive stuff it was from the local Portuguese driver through the left-hander, through the right-hander. That's number 6 of Francisco Ortega, who was doing some good things out on track, but Pina Chinchilla, well, nobody was able to find their way past him over the course of that race. Very impressive stuff from these Carlcross machines. Great, exciting racing. See the number 42 there, that is Nuno Godinho. He was soaking up the pressure from the drivers attacking behind. Over the timeline we went though. Ivan Pina Chinchilla, a very, very nice victory here at Titans RX Europe for the support class final for Carcross here in Montalagre. And now, Perry, of course, our focus shifts over to the final. We're looking forward to this one, aren't we?
Yeah, I mean, considering the build-up and all the different races that have led to today, now we're in for the final, and heartbeats are going to be up, and everybody's got their own little plan in mind on what to do out there, and they'll be studying where they've been slow before, they've been studying where the others have been slow, they've been studying where they've got an advantage. And then it's just roll the dice with this game, because you just can't predict it at all. No, you really, really can't. That is a hugely exciting thing about Rallycross. So if you're new to Titans RX Europe in 2019, perhaps this is your first time viewing it, let's get you up to speed on the rules and regulations.
RX Europe, presented by Papyrus Converse, will hold 12 race days over the course of 6 double-header weekends in 6 different countries. A race winner is crowned at the end of each day, and a series winner at the end of the season. There will be 3 qualifying sessions, where the highest points are awarded for the final race position, as well as some extra points for the fastest overall time. This forces drivers to overtake if they want more points, and reduces the influence of track and weather conditions. As in classic rallycross, the top 12 drivers compete in the semi-finals, and the top 6 face off in the final. Qualifying sessions have 5 laps, semi-finals have 6 laps, and finals have 7 laps. The Joker lap now becomes a penalty lap, and screens on track will tell drivers if they need to take a penalty lap instead of a spotter. Combined with the one-designed Pantera RX-6 supercar, these rules will push drivers to overtake, creating exciting racing for the fans on track and our live viewers on Eurosport. To learn more, check out our website at titansrx.eu.
Of Titans RX Europe in 2019. Tom Brooks and Perry McCarthy here to guide you through commentary for the final. Perry, I mean, we don't have to look at your accolades, best-selling author, of course, you know, and of course, former driver on Top Gear, raced in Formula One, now here in Rallycross, and now commentating on the final as well.
Yeah, I mean, commentating on the final wasn't exactly my first choice, but, you know, these things happen and it's all part of the event. So, but I'm going to be enjoying the race just as much as everybody else, because I'm a big fan of all the other drivers out there. I'm a big fan of the championship, and I'm a big fan of the cars. I'm a big fan of this track as well. It's just, so I've got a smile on my face even though I'm sitting here, mate.
Well, we'll have to get you doing some passenger laps at some point. That'll be quite good. You can take me out for a ride when my collarbone's a bit better.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Scare the living daylights out of me, no doubt. You can see Andy Jordan just on your screen here on the left-hand side of your picture. Kevin Hansen, of course, Victor from semi-final 2, just in front of Toppy Heikkinen. Timmy Hansen to the left, who we just heard from a few moments ago. You can see Craig Breen there as well, and Ivan Ayres. This is going to be a very exciting final here for round 5 of Titans RX at Montalagre. If you were a betting man, Perry, who would your money be on at this stage?
There's no way I'd be betting, and I am a betting man. The lineup of talent on this final is absolutely fantastic. Their history speaks for itself, and they are all out to win. They really are. We've seen that in every single heat. We've seen it in the semi-finals, and here they are collectively. But this is, you know, this is, should I say it's war? Because it is just, I used the expression last time, it is, you know it's all going to be happening really quickly. So you're now flat on the accelerator as you hold the car. There's a little bite point on the clutch, so you're not going quite yet, but you're holding the car on handbrake with your thumb on a red button, which is that pre-select for the revs. Mm-hmm. Then the ready to race light goes out, and you're waiting, and you're waiting, and then suddenly green, and you let go of the handbrake, you let go of the red button, your foot is already flat on the floor, and then you lift the clutch and pray to God you've got a good start, because it is all happening right there and right then.
Yeah, it really is. And it's so exciting to see these drivers. And of course, brand new machinery for the Titans RX, these Pantera machines specifically designed with this series in mind as well. And just how impressed with these cars have you been, of course, having driven them quite significantly over the course of the last 2 rounds?
Well, I mean, they're just amazing on how much punishment they will take. It is incredible, you know? I mean, my entire life has been, my car's clearly, of course, in the past of like 200, 220 mile an hour cars. Now, if we hit curbs like these do, we'd land in Paris, you know? But this is all part and parcel. These cars are robust, and they're built for action.
Yeah, absolutely right there, Perry. So let's get ready to go for the final, shall we? The final of Titans RX at Montalagre for round 5 here is about to get underway. Toppy Heikkinen and Kevin Hansen on the front row of the grid. Timmy Hansen and the wildcard Ivan Ayres on the second row. Keep an eye out for him, he was very fast starting in the semis. Craig Breen and Andrew Jordan, work to do for the Irishman and the Briton ahead of this race. So, tension begins to build. An earthly silence falls over the Montalagre circuit, and this is really where you're on your own. You've got to make up those decisions to yourself.
You have, and you're looking at Andy Jordan on the outside there, and he's going to be thinking, right, what's all going to happen on the inside? Because he's going to be hung out to dry on the outside unless he gets a massive start.
Ready to race board is about to be displayed there.
Well, as the lights build, so do the revs. The big question mark is, can Kevin Hansen become the first back-to-back winner in Titans Rallycross history? Well, he gets the start in the yellow car. He cuts across the front of Tommy Heikkinen, and Kevin Hansen it is who leads from second place on the grid. And Tommy Heikkinen has it all to do in second place, and there's plenty of bumping and boring further back. That was Ivan Ares and Craig Breen getting into each other in turn one, but Hansen it is ahead of Heikkinen, and now we'll see what can Heikkinen do. He's been the class of the act throughout qualifying. He won 2 of the 3 heats. He won his semi-final, but he's behind in this 7-lap final. And in third place, just trying to work out who it is. It looks to be across the line, Andrew Jordan. So as Craig Breen and Ivan Ares battled, Andrew Jordan got ahead. And the Brit from the British Touring Car Championship, the BMW driver, now ahead of Timmy Hansen and the WRC driver in Craig Breen. Well, Andrew Jordan with the best placed finish of third place last time out at Lydden Hill in the UK. Now trying to emulate or match or go a couple better even than that here in Montalagre. But it is still Kevin Hansen who leads Thomas Heikkinen. Nose to tail, these front two now starting to disappear from third, fourth, fifth and sixth place. Ivan Ares is out, so he's not made it around the first lap. So whatever happened down there in turn one, Ivan Ares, the Spaniard who made his debut here this weekend, not being able to complete on his promise in the final. He'll have another chance tomorrow, but as it stands, still all eyes on these two. And Andrew Jordan still going strong in third place. What has happened to Craig Breen? Well, he's still behind Timmy Hansen. Timmy Hansen, who had a win in SA. Well, that's what happened to Ivan Ares. He's parked it. And that's in and around this area of the circuit. I think I saw the yellow flags. There are the yellow flags, so no passing here. And I think there is Ivan Ares on the inside. So Timmy Hansen with a win in SA. And Kevin Hansen with a win at Lydden. Thomas Heikkinen with a win at Lydden and SA. We've had 3 different winners from 4 races. But will it be Kevin Hansen to make it back-to-back wins? The first time that's ever been done in Titans Rallycross history. And we're more than halfway through this final now. Thomas Heikkinen has not really got close enough to rub wheels or put a move on Hansen. He's just shadowing the wheel tracks of the Swede, and that's allowing Andrew Jordan just to close up ever so slightly. There is the Brit in third place, and he's not really bringing Timmy Hansen with him. First bit of contact between the front two, and what has happened there? Heikkinen onto the back wheel of Kevin Hansen, and how did they survive that? Andrew Jordan up into second place, and somehow Kevin Hansen and Thomas Heikkinen have come out of that melee at turn one, still with a real chance of winning this race. Well, Hansen still leads. Heikkinen's gone wide, so Jordan's got through. Timmy Hansen's got through, so Heikkinen may have a problem, but he caused that. He drove into the back of Hansen down into turn one. They interlocked wheels and somehow got stuck, and it didn't look as though they were going to get unstuck. And it looked to be all over for those two. But as they start the last lap, Kevin Hansen leads ahead of Andrew Jordan. Timmy Hansen's third, and Thomas Heikkinen, who was second, looking to put a move on the race leader, now down to fourth ahead of Craig Breen. And look how closely fought the top 5 are. We've lost Ivan Ares, of course, but the distance between the front 5, there's nothing between them, and across the line it is. Kevin Hansen with history in Portugal. He wins back-to-back rounds for the first time in Titans Rallycross history. He wins round 5 here in Montalagre, Portugal. And he's very, very lucky. You can see the battle scars on the rear of his machine.
But when he saw that all happen, he'll now be thinking to himself, could I maybe have taken both of them? Because he managed to do it and, you know, didn't get involved in their tangle. But as a racing driver, you see something like that happen, and you think, now, which is exactly what Andy managed to take advantage of. But what a race, and well done, Kevin. A great drive for somebody who's really not at his top fitness at the moment.
You're completely right there, Perry, absolutely. And I tell you what, I'm amazed that that car is still in one piece. It looks like he's got a little bit of suspension damage on the rear there, but nothing enough to slow him down. And that just shows how tough these Pantera cars are, doesn't it?
They really are tough. But this is the bite and the thrust of this championship, because of course Thomas was needing to find some kind of way past. Kevin saw it all happening, closed him off, but it was too late. You've got to commit. But I wonder if Kevin does have a technical problem.
I don't know. I think he's going to get out and celebrate on the car in front of the crowd.
Stand on top of the car.
Yeah, I can see our photographer down there as well, and look at that. Absolute jubilation from Kevin Hansen, 21 years old he is. Look at the crowd in front of him as well, all applauding and cheering. That is absolutely brilliant, and he takes his second Titans RX event win in 2019. And it's a double win as well. He won round 4, he wins round 5.
But this is the great thing. We've got Kevin Hansen, who's leading the World Rallycross Championship. He's just won the Titans RX race, and this is what it means to him. You know, this isn't like some junior series he's treating it at. He's treating it as like, wow, this is a great achievement. I've had such a great time. And it's super to see that.
Really, really is. Let's have a look, shall we, at the highlights then from that frenetic final here in Montalagre. So then, away from the lights, Kevin Hansen, Toppy Hakenin got away well. Hakenin being ruffled out a little bit as they all went down towards the first corner. You can see them almost 3 cars into one as the train came creeping on through. Andy Jordan tried to go the long way around the outside and was muscled then out. Into third position, he managed to hold it against Timmy Hansen, whilst Kevin and Toppy managed to bridge that gap to the drivers in 3rd and 4th place. This is very impressive stuff, and they were just so close, and if it wasn't for that contact that we saw, they probably would have just had a scrap amongst themselves.
Probably, but this is of course what I've come to learn and love about Rallycross. I said it before, nothing is predictable in this game. It is close, fraught racing, and one single mistake can change the outcome.
Yeah, it really can. You can see here Hansen dealing with the pressure of Toppy Hakenin. Hakenin into the background, and this was the huge drama that nearly raced the defining moment. I'm amazed that they somehow managed to carry on following that one. Kevin Hansen, absolutely brilliant stuff. Andrew Jordan managed to profit as well and got himself up a position into 2nd.
Okay, and I've actually just seen how the car did go up in the air on that, because when Thomas collided with the back of Kevin's car, it smashed the rear bodywork, so his front wheel actually was on top of Kevin's right rear wheel, and that's what rode the car up.
Absolutely brilliant stuff. And Kevin Hansen, well, a very battle-scarred Pantera down here in the pre-grid section. Down in Park Ferme, you can see the Hansen family from our commentary position as well, celebrating amongst one another. There are the crowd. They have been thoroughly entertained here in Portugal. What a race we have had here at Titans RX. There's Kevin Hansen with the Red Bull helmet on. Timmy Hansen just in the background in shot, and Toppy Hakenin on the right there. Well, Toppy, of course, he didn't finish on the podium, but he did do a very impressive performance to finish where he did.
But I'm telling you that this is the atmosphere that I'm soaking up now, because I'm just watching Thomas speaking to Kevin, and they're laughing and joking about that incident. Big smiles over their face. There's no finger pointing. There's no getting upset. So it's just fantastic to see. Kevin Jordan, of course, is Andy Jordan is he's absolutely delighted about his race. I see him talking to his dad Mike there. So everybody's got a great big smile.
Fantastic stuff. Look at the atmosphere down here as well. Kevin Hansen, the #1 for him, and celebrating with photographers down there in Park Ferme as well. And I tell you what, I'd love to be a fly on the wall with the conversations that are going on, and hopefully we'll hear from the drivers very shortly indeed. There is Kevin Hansen, 2 in a row in Titans RX in 2019 for the young Swede. As you said, Perry, he's been ill this week, and he wasn't. What a great race there for Hansen. Good performance from him, taking advantage. 2nd place of Andrew Jordan as well. What a brilliant result there for him. And a well-deserved trophy here in Montalagre for the Briton. And the winner, of course, Kevin Hansen. What a performance. 2 in a row in Titans RX in Montalagre.
Don't tempt fate. Do not tempt fate.
The driver's posing for a photograph on the Titans RS stage here in Montalagre. The atmosphere here is absolutely incredible.
Well, those are the results from this 5th round. Kevin Hansen ahead of Andrew Jordan. His brother, Timmy Hansen, on the podium. Poor old Thomas Heikkinen down in 4th place. They'll do it all again tomorrow for round 6. But as it stands, as they go to bed tonight, the series standings led by Kevin Hansen, Thomas Heikkinen in 2nd place, and then Timmy Hansen there down in 3rd, ahead of Ronnie C. Rock, who went into this weekend in 4th place. Didn't make the final, but heads into tomorrow still 4th in the championship. Well, if you enjoyed round 5, we've still got round 6 tomorrow. Until then.